Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today we are looking at another set from the company Lumibricks. They were previously known as FunWhole. This is their Old West train station. It came out towards the end of September back in 2024. I picked this up on launch, but I just recently got around to building it within the last couple weeks. Now, obviously, it's not Lego, but it is 100% compatible with Lego. Even the train tracks on the station are compatible with Lego's train track system. This is set number F9039, comes with 1,974 pieces. And yeah, let's go ahead and just dig right into it. So the set comes with 5 figures. Now, obviously, these aren't going to be your, standard Lego minifigures. So I'm not, the biggest fan of them, especially when I first saw this company. I just was more interested in the build. But the cool thing is that all of the hair and head pieces are compatible with Lego. Along with these 5 figures, you also get a little cowboy hat, and these will work on any Lego minifigures. So if you want some extra little accessories, these are honestly great additions for that. Now, as for the train station itself, it is completely lit up with their light kit. Every set from this company comes with a light kit, and the cool thing is all the detailed pieces are printed. There are no stickers. I believe only their older sets, like their saloon set in the Old West theme, had stickers, but everything new and going forward is all printed, which is very nice. Now this set is very large and it looks absolutely incredible. The included light kit really brings it to life, and the amount of pieces you get, which is almost 2,000. Keep in mind, this set only retails for $100, whereas if this were a Lego set, even without the light kit, it would probably be at least 200, and who knows how much it would be with a light kit. But if you're considering what it looks like to scale with a locomotive, this is the Lego Ideas Orient Express, just the engine, and the building itself is almost about twice the size, but it looks great together with an actual locomotive in front of it. And like I said before, the tracks are completely compatible with the standard Lego gauge. It'll fit right into your city, or it'll make as a great display piece. Now, getting more into some of the details, you got a little train schedule board right here, departure board. You got the train station sign, and over here is the ticket booth window. You got a bench, and there's a toolbox right in front. The doors do open, so no issue there. And then you got one light out here on the front. And then there's a sign over here, which has plenty of clearance for the trains, so you don't have to worry about it crashing or breaking the sign off. So we come over to the side, we got like a little freight cargo area. So we got a couple hand trucks and some barrels with some more of those printed tiles on there. And then we got another light under here with this door that slides open to reveal a great view, pretty good view of the interior. That's all lit up with the included lights in the set. We got another sign for the train station and some cargo boxes over here, and so we got some wood pallets. They really go all in with the details on these sets to really just pack in as much as they can. The backside, it's not, even though it may not be as interesting, it's still incredibly detailed and looks, I think, almost just as good as the front. Now this is where the battery box is stored. It's powered by 3 AAA batteries, and it runs right into the floorboards of the set. The back door also opens here. You got another light here, and then the same window design used on that one on the front. And then we come around to the other side. We got a little wanted poster with its own little spotlight for some outlaws. We got another bench. Now this bench isn't secured in like the one on the front. It's just loose, so if you're moving this around, you will probably have to at least put this inside the build or store it somewhere. These little boxes here are snatched onto the set. And you got another sign for the train station, which includes a picture of their Western freight train. So just a fun little detail there. I love the wood paneling on the roof. It looks really good. And then you got the lights on the inside, which these lights are actually separate from the ones on the interior because the roof does come off. So it gives, when it's all put together, it gives the illusion like the 2 lights down there, are shining. or it's its own little second floor. But when you take it off, those lights will turn on, and the lights inside will stay on. The clock tower, it's very nice. It doesn't. It's pretty loose. Doesn't necessarily stay in one place, and I found it's a little wobbly, so it can, definitely don't pick it up by this, and it doesn't stay in place super well. But I'm sure that could probably easily be fixed. But just with the included pieces in the set, that's what you get. And I did notice when I was building it too, I checked the instructions a couple times. It leaves this one little gap here, which isn't the big deal in the world, especially since it's on the back side, but it just was a little something that was just kind of like a little nitpicking, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much the exterior of the build, and it looks great, I think, and it'll definitely fit in well to a Western layout. Now let's go ahead and get into the interior. Now to access the interior, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is just take off the roof, and by doing so, you grab by one of these bigger awnings here, or by these pegs that are on this one side. Just lift it up, and it comes right off. And as you can see, the lights turn off as you take it off. So there's 2 that are in this attic cupola area, and then there's 2 more on the bottom that actually help light up the interior. So that's where they are. And then that's how it all connects, is through this little metal contact area here, which connects to this little sticker pad area right there. Now, as you can see, this is a specialized piece along with a bunch of other bricks in this set that help run the lighting throughout the set. On the actual interior, you have 2 lights on either side of the door. And then you can see all the wires are running all throughout the set. They're pretty well hidden, except for I think this area here. It's a little bit messy, but it is on the interior, so you're not going to be looking in here all the time. I probably could have hid them a little better behind that board, but this is where all the power is distributed. So the left wire is the one that goes to the battery box through the floorboards, and then the other 3 just run to all the other lights throughout the set. So pretty well done. I do like how these sets do create the custom bricks for the lighting. It really helps make it feel more alive and not like super messy, and it's meant to be there, So over here we got a little kind of seating area. It's got a telephone and a notice about train delay, and then you got a couple of studs for minifigures to stand on. Now these seats don't have any studs on them for figures to sit on, but that's all right. It doesn't really bug me too bad. Over here we got a little newspaper on the right side, and then a little poster of the Desert Junction train, as they say. And then we got a little record player here, along with the area where all like the freight and cargo is stored, and some tools and other miscellaneous items. And then as we spin it around, you'll see there's a little clock with a mail drop-off area, which is nice. And then over here, as kind of mentioned earlier, this is the ticket booth. So the window entrance is on the outside, and then there's another little window on the inside with a door for the worker to go in, which does open. Then you can close it. You got a sign with the hours for the ticket booth. Sorry, it's not focusing super well, but and then we got the actual interior of it, which there is a stud for them to stand on, and another one of those benches that doesn't have any studs for figures to sit on. Now the FunWhole or Lumibricks figures aren't really designed to sit on like actual chairs, kind of like Lego minifigs are. So I guess they weren't super concerned about that. And like I said, it's not really something that bugs me hugely, but it's just kind of something to think about, I guess. Then you got some tickets on the wall there, and that's about it for the little ticket booth there. And then we just kind of come back, you can spin it around, and the roof will just go right back on, just like so. Perfect. Now this set does come with one little side build. It's just some sort of desert shrubs and plants. It's not huge, but it doesn't bother me. It's a nice little build in addition to the set, and just adds a little more of that, Western immersion. Now I did forget to mention one thing earlier, and that is when you are trying to put a figure inside the ticket booth, it can be kind of hard just doing it from the top or even from the door back there. But this whole piece comes out and it's its own little separate build. So that way you can put whatever figure you want in there much easier and position them and pose them however you want. And then when you're done, you just slide it back in kind of horizontally and then push it back in, and there you go. And here's what the set looks like in the room with all the lights turned off. It illuminates the room really well. I've never had any light kits on any of my Lego sets, so these Lumibricks sets are a first for me, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, we got that one light there for the front. We come around to like the little cargo loading bay kind of area. And then of course you can see the interior lights when you open the door. It's all really well lit up on the inside. We got the one light on the back. And then we come around to the other side. We got the wanted poster with a little spotlight. So you can see all the outlaws. And then we come back to the front, and these lights up in the roof here are actually different than the ones on the inside. So when you have it all connected together, it gives the illusion that it's just, one set of lights there. When you take it off, these lights will turn off, and then you'll have those nice warm lights on the interior, which kind of give a little nice cozy feel. If you're at the train station at night, it looks really nice in there with those lights done, the little warm feeling done by these little kind of cone pieces here. And then when you take the roof, you just take it back. You gotta line it up, just like so. And then once you get it all lined up, boom, turns right back on. Here's the instruction booklet and the extra pieces that you get in this set. I did want to make a note about the extra pieces that, unlike Lego sets where it's typically just small pieces like, 1x1 plates or tiles or stuff like that. On this set, you'll get other bricks and tiles, like full 1x1 bricks, or, and a modified tile like this, which you would never see as an extra piece in a Lego set. But that is something to look out for. You're not doing anything wrong when you're building the set. You might think so, but they just give you different types of extra pieces. And then these two come with some of the printed parts that are split up, so it just helps line them up when they are actually printing them in the factories. And here's the instruction booklet, very detailed. It's got your instructions about the lights and how to put them together, what the batteries it uses are, and then just different ways to test them and make sure they all work. And yeah, one thing too is regarding the foundation of the build is in the instructions actually. It tells you to build them a certain way with the foundation and these bricks over here, which this is where the battery box sits. And in the instructions, it tells you to put one of those bricks away from the battery box. So when you do that, it gets kind of wobbly and loose in there. But you just got to move it over one, and then it gets all snug in there. As well, it tells you in the instructions that the battery box will be completely flush with the rest of the building. But it doesn't actually do that, which is fine because, it's not like a huge negative. You can just move some parts in there around. I just chose to kind of leave it out. I didn't really mind because it's going to be sitting, the back end's going to be sitting against the wall anyways, but that's just kind of a personal preference thing. Now, if you're wondering, this is what the set looks like with Lumibricks Western Freight Train set. And I think both of these sets just really complete each other. If you get either the train or the station set, you just got to get the other one to help complete the setup. And the train rolls great on the tracks, since especially as there is a little bit of a incline and decline on either side because the station is built on some plates. But the train has no issue moving around, and I'm sure if you had a way to motorize it, or if you had a different motorized train, it would go up just fine because it's a pretty simple little incline there. Now to add the tracks to the station, you do have to take a couple parts, nothing insane. It's just a couple of these pieces here. These two were on the base of the train station set, whereas these brown tiles were on the tracks for the detail. Now, both sets do come with a brick separator, and I'm sure if you have Lego, you probably have a brick separator as well, so it's not hard. And then you could put these back on and just detail it however you like. And that concludes my review on the Lumibricks Old West train station. Now, I think this set is truly amazing, and you get so much value for what you're paying for too. You get almost 2,000 pieces with an included light kit for just $100. And this company is always doing some type of discount or sale on both their official website and Amazon storefront. So there's plenty of opportunities to get this set or others on sale. The only negatives that I had really were just that one little piece with like the roof, but that can easily be fixed just by moving things around. And same thing with the battery box. You just have to make a couple little changes and it's all fixed. And I don't think it takes away from the set at all, even if you leave them alone, because the rest of it looks absolutely incredible. So now don't get me wrong, obviously I'm still a huge fan of Lego, and but I did want to kind of just branch out and see what some of these other companies, like these brick building companies, have to offer. And well, with Lumibricks, they're really the only one I've done so far, and I think their sets are great. Granted, I've only built 2 of them so far. I still have 1 more to go that have in my backlog. But I think these sets are really cool, and they're definitely a great alternative too. And they offer some really great sets that Lego doesn't. So you can make cool little Western towns or whatever with these sets. And yeah, so I have a couple more videos planned. Not sure exactly when I'll be releasing them. I know these Lumibricks reviews are coming out a little later than I'd like, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I have some more stuff planned for this summer. Be on the lookout for some more videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.